Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Tonight we're going to look at the Kobo Libra H20 again, but not the device. We're just going to look at some of the questions that you guys have been asking, and I'm going to have a crack at answering those in just some short, sharp segments through the video. So let's get into it. On a quick side note, I got really excited recently when I heard that Amazon were doing the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, and so I immediately ran off and downloaded a couple of books to read, and I thought I'll reread the series to get ahead of the Amazon TV series, and then I'll be like, I'll be able to do what everyone does and watch the series and go, well, they missed that out of the book. Actually, no, I'll just be able to enjoy it a little bit more. Foolishly, I actually ran out and had a blank moment and downloaded Terry Goodkind's Sword of Truth series and started reading that from the start again. But you know, I'm so far into it now, who cares? I'll just watch the Wheel of Time series when it comes out. If I get a chance to read it first, I will, but otherwise I'm going to be reading Terry Goodkind. Not that you needed to know any of that, but hey, sharing is caring, right? Now first up, Marcy asked, can you just do a quick demo on how to transfer book files onto the device? So let's start right there. I've cleaned up my desk so we're all ready to go because I've just changed the view a little bit for you so you can see it better. Now the two things you're going to need for this is obviously your Kobo Libra H20 and a USB cable. Now you're probably already using one of these to charge the device, so that's all you need to worry about. You're also going to need some files that you can transfer on. There's been a lot of questions about how you convert files. I still believe that there is an open source piece of software on the internet called Calibre, which will help you convert different file types into file types that can work on the Kobo H20 Libra. Obviously, I would normally recommend good quality PDF files, EPUB files, and the like, which allow you then to still manipulate the font size and things like that. So we'll start by plugging this into the Kobo device, and then we will plug it into the side of our computer. Now when we do that, it's going to immediately ask us that, look, there's a computer, yay. So we'll connect to that so that we can manage files. Once we click on that, it's connected and charging. And now we'll have a look at the desktop of our computer and see what that looks like. Apologies to PC fans, but this is going to be a Mac demo, but it won't differ much. Now on desktop, once you plug that in, you'll see that your device appears really as an external drive ready to be managed. So that will pop up automatically on your desktop. And there it is, Kobo eReader. Now, fortunately, here's one I prepared earlier. I have a file ready to go on my desktop, which is an EPUB file. And all I need to do, as you can see, if I open the Kobo eReader, I've got all of these files here. Literally, I'm just going to drag that on and drop it. That's going to transfer. And if I want to, I can then just eject that Kobo eReader, and that book will be on my device. So let's unplug the device and see if it suddenly now appears in my library. Immediately in my books, there is the Stone of Tears, which we've just transferred. So that's really as easy as it is to transfer books onto the device just by using a USB cable, saying connect to computer, dragging the files into the folder, and then it will automatically recognize those if they're an approved file format. And hey presto, you're done. So Marcy, I hope that answers your question. Now Dave asked for a bit of a demo on what the Overdrive borrowing experience looks like on the Kobo Libra H20, which is going to be similar to most of the Kobo range. So if we start at the home screen and we click on the search icon in the top right, it brings up obviously the search facility to look for books. I've got some recent searches here, most of which my kids have done. I'm going to choose this author that they've been searching for. And what that's going to do initially, as you can see, Kobo Store is showing up here. So that's going to run off to the Kobo Store and find any books by this author. And obviously I could just buy those right there and then. If I change the Kobo Store drop down up here, I can then select Overdrive, or My Books, Current Reading, Annotations, and Dictionary. If I just select Overdrive, that's obviously going to run off to the Overdrive connection to my local library that I've already set up, and it's going to find me any books that are available from that author from the library. Simply from there, I can just click on Borrow. At the end, it's going to connect to Overdrive, connect into the library. It's going to say, great, you've checked out a book. That's wonderful. I'm going to say go to Books, and over the next few seconds, it's just going to download that book to my device. And it says that it expires in 29 days. Now, once I've read it, obviously I can just click those 3 buttons there, and I can say I would like to return this. Well, move too quickly. There's a little return option there. You can click return. That will get sent back to the library if you have a borrow limit, or if you're just done with it and you're ready to just check it back and for someone else to take out, because that's the nice thing to do. Now, Happy Dog asked, how small can you get the font size? So let's look at that now. I will open up, well, let's open up my Terry Goodkind book, not Robert Jordan. And as you can see here, obviously this is the reading font size that I'm working on at the moment. And obviously if you click in the middle, it'll bring up your toolbars and taskbar at the top. And you've got the big A, little a, what begins with A. And he's alligator and yeah. Anyway, you can change the font face if you know that book, and you can change the font size here. So at the moment, obviously I've got quite a bit crammed in there. How small is what Happy Dog asked, so I'll just focus on how small I can get this, and just by pressing the minus button or dragging across that slider, that's about as small as it gets. In fact, it gets so small it's ridiculous. So hopefully that's small enough for you to read and make you happy, happy dog. Nirab asked, can you read magazines and subscriptions on the Kobos? Now, they used to do this, but they decided that that didn't seem to be something they wanted to continue to focus on. So from my understanding, as it stands still today, magazine subscriptions and other news subscriptions aren't really an option on the Kobo. The next stage asked if you can export your annotations and notes from your Kobo. And as it stands at the moment, again, I understand this isn't really possible. Now, there is a hack you can do by getting into kind of the code back end of the system. And there is, a couple of other ways you can do it if you just do a little bit of Googling on that. But as a built-in feature, to my knowledge, again, Kobo, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not an option. Jadawat asked if it supports the Kindle Store. No. Hedwig asked, what's the PDF experience like? Well, believe it or not, that actually depends on the quality of the PDF, because I have sideloaded some PDFs on here and been unable to edit them or alter them in any way, shape or form. So you want to make sure that the PDFs that you're loading on have been exported in a format from Adobe or from wherever they've been made that provides you still with the opportunity to alter the text and things like that. So if you have the right formatted PDF, it's great. In summary, it's almost a year since I did the original Kobo Libra H20 review, and it's still going strong, and I still really like it. Now, the OS is a little bit slow, but that doesn't really matter because I'm really just clicking on a book, opening a book, and then once I'm reading it, everything's fine. So I still recommend this device. Now, I know that they've come out with the Ellipse, I believe, which also has a stylish. Now that got me pretty excited, but it's probably more bling. Again, I don't need a note-taking device personally. I would like to try it, but I want something that is distraction-free reading, because that's where the joy is for me. I hope this has been helpful, just answering a few questions that have come up a few times in the comments. If you've got more questions about the Kobo Libra H20 or Overdrive or the Kobo Store, don't hesitate to fire away comments in the below, and I will do my absolute best to get back to you promptly with a good answer. I hope you have a great day, stay safe out there, and we will talk to you again really soon. Bye for now.